Good day to you, Johnny. Let's see who's rocking and rolling here. Uh, okay. Yeah, I just did a bunch of short clips, about 1 minute things for our new series on Lesko Help on the membership there. And I put in we're adding almost every day a bunch of new 1 minute items that should help you get more out of everything. And actually, we have a lot of new members now because we just had that sale. We had a $1 sale. So you could join for $1. And that's been good to us. We're waiting for it to crash because nothing works forever. You have to plan for failure. See, to me, you don't plan for success because if you're successful, you don't have to worry. Anybody can handle success. It's handle failure. And actually, failure is going to happen a lot more than success. I mean, I learned that easily as a writer. I wrote 100 books. And only 10 made money. 10 out of 100. So I'm right 10% of the time. so I know about that. And that's what it takes. You have to fail. If you want to do anything in life, if you don't want to do anything, then fine, you just sleep through it. But it's fun to try and get over your insecurity about failing, because everybody does fail. They want to pretend they don't so they could charge you a lot of money and pretend they know the secrets to success when they don't. It worked for them, yeah, but we're all different. Things are going to work differently for everybody. I've been watching you since playing hooky in the 9th grade. I used to do that too. I just turned 60 and I'm looking to grow my side business. Well, which side is it on, Darren? Because it depends on which side. Because if you're left-handed and the business is on the left side, or are you right-handed and it's business? Tacky joke. That's the problem when you get to 80. Nobody understands your jokes because they're from 60, 70 years ago. Nobody's alive yet that long. But no, and that is good to do, I think, now, because you can trust yourself. We don't have control over our lives. And when it's disruptive like it is now, you even have less control. And that's why I always felt, boy, I want to be responsible for creating my own money. And business is good to do about that. Well, if you want to start a business and create income, the first thing you want to do is get help thinking about that business and how you can make it happen. Okay, so you don't know everything, none of us do, about what's out there where you live to help you start your idea and start making money out of that. So, and you don't want to go to Google. Google is the worst place in the world to go unless you have money. If you have money, then Google will just work fine for you. But if you don't have a lot of money, you can't use that. And what you have to do is use the community economy. See, we have two economies. One is the capitalism economy, and the other is the community economy. So the community economy gives everything for free. This is a community where we're helping each other through life, and that's a nice thing to have, right? Like a family. Well, this is an extended family, and then in the neighborhood, and all that is community, and it extends. And so we help each other through all the hard times, and we put our money together to help people when they're really in trouble and things like that. So that's the community. And that is our government and nonprofit organization. You could be angry at them, that's fine, but they're still there. And like any big bureaucracy, of course, they got bad parts, and we got a clean house. And maybe that's what they're trying to do here. And it'd be nice if they do, because we have to live within our means. So we're way over budget, and we're going deeper in debt every day, and that doesn't seem like a good way to live. But so we'll see what these guys do. Right now, all I see is they're hurting people by just firing them, like ruining lives more than they are helping the economy. But maybe they have something I don't see yet. But hurting people doesn't seem good. But anyway, you really got to take care of yourself. And so the programs are still there. DOGE is going to make a lot of noise, and you'll think the government's gone away, but it's not. A lot of employees go away, but that's okay, because most of the stuff that you need to get ahead in life is not from Washington, it's from your local area. So it's all there. Like if you want to start that business, okay, no matter what DOGE does, DOGE does, no, what Elon Musk does. Okay, no matter what he does, you still will have this organization, a database of the best places in your neighborhood to get free help to start a business. See, every community wants you to start a business, to create income, and things like that. And actually now, a place where my son lives, they're offering $20,000 if you're a freelancer, or you create, if you're working from home. They want you to move to it's called Cumberland, Maryland. They'll give you $20,000 to live there because you'll bring income because you're working remote. And it's a cute little town. I go through it a lot. And there's about 80 to 100 organizations, or maybe even more nowadays, around the country where you could move and they pay you to move there, because this is how they grow, getting more people to live there. And so it's an incentive. See, they do that with businesses. So now they're doing it with people, to get people to move there. Okay, so now you're, wherever you are that want to start a business, you're 60 years old, I think you said, I am sick of things don't go as they plan, health issue, change everything, and struggling financially. Okay, yeah, there's lots of help. For that, 65 and struggling, go to findhelp.org, findhelp.org. Put in your zip code and put in, if you need health problems, put in health. If you need a job, maybe at 65 to do something part-time, or put in job training. I mean, so many places are there that are free. They're all part of the giving economy, or the, what did I say? The giving or community economy. We're helping each other. So these are nonprofit organizations that help you with money and help and free services. And that represents 40% of everything in our economy is given away for free, 40%. Okay, so now let's go back to starting that business. You want to make it, go to sba.gov and then / and then local, LOCAL, hyphen, and then assistance, ASSISTANCE. All right. And you'll put in your zip code there. And after you do that, you'll see maybe, depending on where you live, maybe a half a dozen to 2 dozen or 3 dozen organizations in your area that are just there. Okay, Tammy, I think she put that up there. Great, Tammy. That are just there to help you solve any problem that comes up in you starting a business. They don't charge any money, nothing, and they do this all day. So they're used to knowing what services are available, what money's available for people to start businesses. So when you're looking for help to start a business, don't ask for money. I own a small business and need help. Well, the same thing, if you have a business, they're there to make your business grow. They even have a free service where they'll come out for a half a day and show you how to make $1 million more with a business. Sounds like a scam, but it's not. It's a government program. And because they want you to grow. They want all businesses to grow. That's what it is, because then you have economic security, not for yourself, but for your employees and everything. This is how we all grow. Okay, so that's why they want to do that. So starting your own business is a great idea. But there's no magic button, to push. You're going to have to make a bunch of phone calls and get ready to do that. That's what I think people stop. They think, oh, just give me a website and I'll fill out the form and I'll get the money. No, stuff doesn't happen like that. Wow. Oh my goodness. Who's giving me $40? That's amazing. After the 12th, but I want to, sir, what can I do after 12? But I want to business. Don't know what that means, Haji, but here, if you need help with business, then make an appointment with one of those business mentors. They're in every city. Now, it's only in the States that I know of. I don't know what they have in other countries. I'm sure they have something similar because everybody wants to grow, and they call that economic development. So there are going to be offices in every city in the world, probably, on economic development. But somebody saved me $40. That's awfully nice of you. Never had that before. My goodness. I go buy a new suit. But it's you are the power behind making something happen. Now, members, I want to make sure you know the highlights of what we have here is the new one is the quick start. Okay, so if you go to Lesko Help 2, and that's a paid entrance, so you have to pay to get there. And then we have a quick start, and that takes you through what to do, what to look at, and then make sure you go to Daily Grant News, okay? And that's what we're starting to put up more and more. I'm gonna contribute more. Like I say, the one where you get $20,000 if you move a city, and there's a lot of cities like that. And I'm gonna do another little video on that soon so that everybody knows that, because there's a video on that keeps track of all these cities that are offering those kinds of things. Some offer you like a year's worth of rent. If you wanna move, start a business in their city, they give you a year's worth of free rent. Also, there's a tab over there called Ask Questions, okay? And that's it. And then also our grants. Now, I think what I'm most proud of is the fact that we give out $50,000 to $70,000 every month to members. So if you're a member, a paid member, you're eligible to apply to our grants. They're monthly, and there's 4 of them. There's one you could spend on anything. There's one for about, I think it's $10,000 for home repair, car repair. And there's one for rent and mortgage and utilities. And there's another one that gives you free laptops. So we give out 30 free laptops. So all those grants that we have every month, we're giving out $50,000 to $70,000 every month to members, okay? And so we pay ourselves first, and then what profit we have, we give it back to members. And that's why we're here, and everybody in the community. And now it says we have about 20,000, but I think it's about 12. We're not good at data yet. And it's members helping members, and we're trying to get everybody, because the joy of giving, and that's why we even have workshops every day. I mean, there's 3, 4, 5 hours of workshops you could pop in at and ask questions. And these are mostly members, and some of the research staff are there to answer any question you have. Okay, and the members are important because the members, they volunteer to do this. We give a stipend. So if you're familiar with some of these programs, let us know. You could be what we call a navigator, showing other people the way. So you show the people. I was a navigator in the Navy, but that was in the South China Seas back in Vietnam. And that's when you had to use the sextant. You had no GPS or any of that stuff. There was something called Loran, but it wasn't everywhere. And that was your hope electronically. So, but the ocean was big. We never ran into anything. And I was just like, well, I'll run into a gas station soon and I'll ask them where I am. And of course that didn't work. But I got through it. It was fun. So Daily Grant News, you want to ask questions. We have a special tab for asking questions. Okay, unlock your goals. Okay, this is about you having goals. So we're trying to, like the most popular goals. So we're going through a list, and we'll have a list soon. We have about 3 up there now that are probably the most common goals people have when they're interested in our work. Is one, buying a house. Okay, so we have a goal there, buy a house. So you sign up for that. Nothing we have here is ever going to charge you extra money. Everything we have is one price, $20 a month, everything. Now, if you're on the $1 thing, that's $1 is good for 5 days, and then you're going to get paid for $20. and that's $20 a month. So you got to stop that for if you don't want that. So the your goal. So you sign up for how to get money to buy a house, and it takes you through the whole system there because it's going to take some time, and you have to invest in the time. Then you have to invest in making phone calls to people because that's what it's all about. So if you think this is easy and you're just going to fill out an application, that may happen, but it's not likely. So I worry about being too much of a salesman on that because it's important that you do what you want in life. I mean, that's the only way life means something to you. That's the only way you get as much as you can out of life. This is only one time around in this stuff. So if you want to get the most out of it, you got to put more into it, And that's what, in our society, it's all about marketing and things like that. And people convince you it's easy. And so, oh yeah, I want easy. I want some of that too. But the bottom line is it's not, and so you just fool yourself, and the people that convinced you that will get money from you. And in fact, it isn't, so you're gonna have to do some hard work for this no matter what. And put some time in and work. And that's what we're here for every day. So because you're gonna fall down, and we have to pick you up again and get you on your way. It's sort of like learning to ride a bicycle, learning to use the computer, learning anything new in life. But to me, this is so much more important because this is a part of society that nobody teaches you about. Everybody teaches you about getting a business, or everybody teaches you, where you pay these people to do it. Nobody tells you how to use the government. And the government now is 40% of everything in America is government or nonprofit. Nobody teaches you how to use them. And see, that's the free part. So that's the best bargain in town. If you learn how to use 40% of everything in America that doesn't cost you money, that's what you should pay turning, because no matter what you have, what problem you have, you could turn there to get help. The rich people do this. This is how I learned. I was working for millionaires helping solve their problem, and I was finding an answer for anything they needed money for in Washington. Our love balloon came up. Oh, that looks nice. And so you should learn this because why is, I just read a headline today about Elon Musk. He said, our FAA is so terrible, he thinks his company could do it better. Oh. So if you give him the money that we're spending in the FAA, he will do it better. Well, I don't know if that's right or wrong, but this is their motives. They want to get more money out of the government. That's why they're hanging around Trump, because he's sitting on the biggest Easter egg in the world. So that's why everybody should know, and then they don't even need the money. See, there's so many people out there that need that. Our country is, for the average person, is going downhill. That's why you can't afford the inflation, because your income is low, and it hasn't grown in 50 years. And it has on the top side, their income is doing very well. But 90% of us is not growing at all. And so that's the problem. And inflation is growing. So when inflation is growing a lot faster than income, so that means you can't afford to live. So how do you do that? Well, I think one of the steps are you start using these free sources that you don't have to pay for, and to see how you could use these sources to help with your spending money, whether it's paying your rent or bills or utilities. And there's so many programs. I mean, in any city in the country right now, you could put in your zip code, and you don't have to be a member. You go to findhelp.org, put in your zip code and put in utilities, because you want to need help paying utilities. There'll be 100 to 200 organizations in your zip code that will help you pay with utilities. So that is a way to help narrow that gap between your income and inflation. You find places that are already set up to help you pay for those things. Okay, now the other way too is through you getting the skills and opportunities to increase income coming in. So you get programs to help you pay for the bills and your debt. I mean, there's so many, we have a great listing of getting out of debt. Oh, and that's, I forgot, that's part of um, the goals, unlock your goals. And that's available, but where was I on that? Oh, I know. So government programs are also there for you to get a better job, for you to get the training and skills that you need to get a better job. See, that's, his company can do a better, but his company is not after money. He's helping us. P.S. I don't let your mother dress you like that. No, my mother doesn't. Yeah. No, I'm sure part of it they want to help, but it's an inside job. You could cut the lawn for the government, make a lot of money. And they hire that to everybody around. I remember a woman, I was giving a talk at a woman's prison, and she said she made millions of dollars cutting the lawns for the government. But her boyfriend was involved in drugs, and at that time there was a law, if you're involved with anybody who gets caught with drugs, then you get in jail too. So she was in jail because of that. So it is, the opportunities are out there, but you have to take advantage of them. And that's what's important, to take advantage of them. And they're out there for anybody. And most people don't even know how to call the government. You don't have to know how to call the government. You just have to dial the phone and say hello. And I need help. That's all you have to say. I need help. Because, see, in theory, that's what they're there for. They're there to help us. And they're public servants. They work for you and I. And that's why the rich people know that, and they call them up all the time. Whether it's your elected official or the guy who's giving out contracts. That's it. Any program to help pay federal taxes, yes. If you're a member, we have that, but actually go here. There's a program at IRS if you can't pay your taxes, and that it's a very good program. We have members that, Tula, who used that and was able to get rid of 90% of her federal tax bill, 90%. All right, and it's called Offer in Compromise. So go to irs.gov, and search under Offer in Compromise, and make an appointment with a local office to go over that program, okay? And don't worry about being audited, or you already owe them money. They're not that organized to know that. Invite so-and-so to join live. Offer in compromise, not offering compromise. Offer, OFFERIN, compromise. And your state has that too, so if you have, you can get out of so many bills, it's incredible. Because they're not like banks, they want your money or else. And they'll send out, some, gorillas from Detroit to bang your kneecaps to get paid. No, they want to help you. You owe a lot of money in real estate taxes or something like that. Same thing. They're offers. You call them first. And if you don't, then if they don't have programs for you, then you call your elected official, and they could help deal with that. Because your elected official are the ones that have more power over the federal government than anybody else, okay? And that's what's important. Oh, by the way, for creating more money, see, that's right. You get money from government programs to help you pay for expenses. The other way is you use government programs to get the knowledge and skills to get a higher wage. And that's what a lot of government money is for, is to help you get a lot of wage training. Now you could get, there's programs that you could, they pay you $40,000 a year to train for a job to get $100,000 a year. Now, as opposed to normally, you would go to college and pay a college $40,000 a year. No, this isn't like that. This is where they pay you $40,000 a year. And then you get a good job after it for sure. And people don't realize that. They're going to spend all this money on colleges, and who knows what they're going to get. Maybe they'll be working at Starbucks. But particularly if you don't have the money, and then you go in debt, and you get all that stuff that carries around with you forever. I talk to people even close to my age, still have student loan debt. By the way, student loan debt, if you do have, make sure you go to studentaid.gov, studentaid.gov, G-O-V, and you call those people, because there's about a dozen or more different programs for you to get out of it, okay? And that's for everybody. But you have to call and ask, because you're not going to understand what it means just by reading the website. It's too complicated. I don't understand it, and I've been studying this for 50 years now. So, you just starting, that's going to be a tough client. Let's see what else we have members asking. What else? Places, everybody's helping everybody else. Most of them are income driven. It depends on what ones you're talking about. Organizations that will help grants to buy your house. No, yes, but the incomes on house are very high. I mean, it could go up to $150,000 for income to get grants to help you buy a home. But you're right. I mean, they are income driven. So you ask. Don't worry about that, though. The hard part is finding the program. If you're going to count yourself out by guessing, you can't do that because you lose too many things. What percentage of eligible individuals receive a share of that funding? Additionally, what is the probability of successful obtaining government grant? It can't be 100%. No, absolutely. Well, every grant is different, David. I mean, there's some grants, they have to give it to you, no matter what. As long as you keep showing up at the door, they have to give it to you. And other grants, are only some that you only apply once a year and things like that. And I think the lowest or highest or whatever is about 20%. That's the most difficult percentage I've seen, is about 20% of applications get it. But most are a lot better, a lot easier. It's not, and that's why you shouldn't even bother with that, because what you want to do is call the organization that you want to apply for and ask them if it makes sense for you to apply. Then you save everybody's time. And if they say no, you make too much for us, ask them, where else can I go? That's how you do the research. That's how you get what you really need. You can't be lucky enough to zero in on one and it's a perfect one for you. Okay, Melanie, my husband makes $80,000 a year and gets a good amount of Social Security. I haven't seen any programs we qualify. Well, it depends on where you're looking and what do you want to do. And so that's why if it's for business, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. If it's for training, doesn't matter. So income doesn't matter. So you could be a millionaire and get money to train for a new job. Every program is different. If you're looking for food stamps, then yes, they are. And most of those at the basic level, there's about 7 or 8 programs. And if you go to, what the heck is that? There's a good website that has all the basic programs. Single mother. Single mother guide. Okay. This is a good listing. If you want the basic programs, there's about 7 or so, whether SNAP or cash but also jobless, so there's no income there. Medicaid, utility, the basic utility programs. But see, these are all one program. You could go to Find Help, and for every program that the government has as a basic, you'll find 100 more where you live. See, that's what people don't realize. And that's why I'm trying to educate you. You have so many more options than you think. You find one program about utilities and they say you make too much money. Doesn't matter. You have 150 more to ask to see if you qualify. So that's important. So here's the basic programs, okay? Here's the website, and that is Single Mother Guide, Single Mother Guide. I did a whole book on single mothers. I got a scholarship that I gave for single mothers in the local community college. I gave a lot of money, over about 10 years worth, I think. And because they're the backbone of a lot of our country. Who doesn't take care of kids for tomorrow? And so to go to a community college, I think, is the best education in the world. And that's why if you want to change your life, no matter what age, call your local community college. They have all kind of programs now. They got grants to train people for careers that are needed. And they pay you a lot of money. So you could do a couple months in training and a skill that you really want, and maybe even get paid for the whole thing of training and then get a decent job. The one executive order that dealt with lower costs. Don't know what that is. Lesko, tell me what to buy from you. I don't waste my money. What to buy from me? I only have one thing to buy. It's called leskohelp.com. Leskohelp.com, and that's $20, and it's to get unlimited personal help to apply to every government program that we have in America. And we have like 12,000 members that help each other. So this is a community that help each other. It's not just me telling you what to do and everything. I haven't applied for a grant in 20 years probably. No, actually, they gave me a grant, a business grant, like $40,000. I was surprised. They just sent it to me. and that's why I was guilty. I didn't even need it. So that's what started our grants, because I gave that money back to members who really need it. I didn't need it. And so that's what we do with all our profits now. We give it to members. And so every month we give about $20,000, I mean 40 to 40, actually about $50 to $70,000 every month back to members. So that's over millions of dollars now. We've been doing that. Yeah, so it's leskohelp.com, and it's $20. And if you think we ripped you off, I'll always give you your money back. Don't worry about it. And also the programs that have the lower income requirements, I just gave you that, and that's Single Mother Guide. Single Mother Guide, yeah. singlemotherguide.com, and it has a state-by-state listing of all the basic programs. So somebody did some nice work there. Okay. I know. You know, I see that, and I you know, for the income-wise, it doesn't match up. I don't know how to do that. So I hate to over-exaggerate what we have. Yeah, Sabrina, who's runs the place. She says we have 25,000, and that I know that's with our website we're on, and it's the organization is Mighty Network says we have that, but I don't know if everybody pays. I don't. We're not very good at administration, is what it boils down to. So I hate to say we're bigger than we are or anything like that, and that's. Everybody likes to exaggerate, and I'd rather do it under, and because it's what you put into it, not what you think we are. We just want to help you grow and help you explore what's out there. And there's no simple fix, and that's the important thing, so that you stay in the game. The only thing for success you need is staying in the game. If you quit the game, and I think that's the only bad thing to do. If you're trying to do something in life and you don't know what exactly is the best thing for you to do to make your goal happen, you don't have to know the best thing. You just have to do something better than nothing. In other words, the only thing you should not do is nothing. So if you do nothing, that's terrible. You never get anywhere. You do something, even if it's one step above nothing, that's great, because you'll learn something from that. Even though it's not perfect. Nobody knows what perfect is. You won't know till after you do it. You're going to try maybe 100 things, and you go, oh, look at this works, yeah? And you stumble into it by accident. That's how things happen, really, by accident. Nobody knows perfect. That's why you don't know what's going to happen, and we're scared. We don't know what to do in life, so we look for experts to tell us what to do, and they try to tell you, but don't believe that they really know. They can't. They don't even know what to do with their own life. No, none of us do. We're guessing every day about what to do with life. So what gives them the audacity to tell somebody else what to do in their life, your life, when they don't even know what to do in their own life? Yeah. So the best they could do is help you. I think if you think they're so smart and they give you 7 steps and the third one doesn't work, you're going to quit. See, and you can't do that because that just didn't work for you. So that's why I think if you just start looking and following your own nose and starting and see what happens and what that takes, and keep doing that. So something does happen, and that's how you make things happen yourself. Things that they, particularly in the people who come to you to tell you about opportunities, the people who make money from you, they want money from you if they find you. In the community economy, they don't want money from you. So they don't have money to find you. So you have to find them. And that's what we are. We're a place for you to find the 40% of America that gives out money. Okay, that means of all the organizations that are in the USA, 40% of these are there to give you money or free services. 40%. Yeah, people don't realize that. Oh, we know the cops and the firemen or whatever. Yeah, but it's more than that. It's if you want to start a business, if you want to train for a better job, all these other things, or even healthcare or whatever, legal help. Everything is there for free too, but they don't advertise, so you don't know. And none of them are going to be on your email list, so you'll never find them. So that's what's important to do. Okay, I have to go soon. My dad always said, you do what you have to do until you do what you're meant to do. That's right. That's the only way you find out what you're meant to do. I mean, it took me a long time. And the only thing that got me here was failing at all the shit I thought I should do. And thank God I failed, because otherwise I'd be doing something mediocre. Is there a grant to fix up windows? Dallas, Texas, weatherization has a long way. Okay, there's more than one weatherization plan, okay? So that's right, Patricia. You want to go to findhelp.org, findhelp.org, put in your zip code for Dallas or whatever, and put in home repair, okay? So you do that, and you keep calling. It means you call. You may have to call a dozen of these people to find out. And everyone you talk to, when they say no, you ask them, hey, where else can I go? You have suggestions. That's what it is. That's where you find the things that nobody else knows, because nobody else wants to do the calls. They want somebody to call them. And that's what's important. Going to have to pay. No, I think retirement is silly. I'm 81 years old. I'm happier now than I've ever been in my life. Probably making more money than I ever had in my life. And loving harder than I ever had in my life. That's why I think what's nice, at least for me, is the only thing I can grow is love. I can't get stronger, I can't get smarter or anything like that, but I can love harder. So that's what we do. Everybody at Lesko Help is trying to love each other and help them with their problems, because that's selfish. Love is selfish. Giving is selfish because it feels so good, right? And so that's why everybody's walking around with a clipboard. Oh, you didn't give me enough today. I don't know if I should give them any more. No, man, just pour it out, because that's what makes you happy. Don't you like picking up a little baby? I have a new grandson, so, and just pouring love into it, or a little puppy or something like that. That's good. That's loving hard. You don't want to love little. And I think work should be the same way. You want to work hard. You want to give as much as you can with your skills. That's how you love the community. You have skills that you give as much as you can, not as little as you can. That's what most people, because they hate their job. That's like, to me, if you want to retire, you just got the wrong job. I mean, I grew up when you retired and go to Florida and play golf. Man, why want to do something that you're shitty at? Mediocre golfer, why do something terrible? Find something that you like doing, you help other people, and they throw money at you, and you keep doing it forever, and you don't have to worry about retirement. Actually, that's what I do with a lot of my Social Security money. I give it back to the community. I have a scholarship that's called I Don't Need My Government Money Scholarship at a local community college. And That's because why the government's giving me money. I'm making enough to live. But that's just me. I am in dire need of help for medical assistance to buy a new prosthetic leg that costs $70,000. Okay, Brian, the best place for this is findhelp.org. No, not findhelp. Needy Meds, NEEDYMEDS. Now, they have a new database, and see, in that database, first of all, Needy Meds is a good place if you're looking for places if you need free and low-cost prescription drugs, dental care, medical care, health care, or I said mental care. It doesn't have pet care, but we have other word for that. But it also has a section on about 7,000 grants from nonprofit organizations that help people with medical problems, okay? And for the life of me, I can't get that to work. So, but they have an 800 number, and I would call that. Now, let me get that for you and ask them. I think it's only 9 to 5 also. So needymeds.org, here's the number. 800-503, 800-503-6897. So call them up, tell them what you're looking for and how you could use their database. None of this is going to charge. So use the .org. And so .orgs don't charge, .govs don't charge, .coms have to charge to stay in business, okay? So if you don't have money, you want to stay to .org or .gov. But call them up because they have a whole thing. I mean, under healthcare savings, they have search by savings by diagnosis. Man, I thought I was a smart guy. Maybe it's my age or something. So call them. It used to be there. They've reformatted the whole thing, and that's another thing. Oh, they don't make it like they used to. You know, that's what old people say all the time. Of course not. Things change, and if you don't change, you don't get it. How do you get rental assistance? You go to findhelp.org, Rodney, and you put in your zip code, and you put rent, and you'll get 50 to 80 to maybe 150 organizations that help with rent. All of them won't be for you. You got to search those now for the right ones, and the best way to do that is start calling. It doesn't matter who you call, any of those 70 or 80 or 90, and ask them, hey, I need rent. Can you help me? And they say yes or no. If they say no, then ask them, where else can I go? And that's who you are. These people know more about this stuff than anybody else. The buds go to your local community. Yes, local community action. Okay, agency partnership, and they have a ton of resources, right? Living, absolutely. You know, charity, Rodney. Get a hold of your local cappies. Yeah, say I need help from a group home for I need help from my group home. What? Okay, if you need help for the organization, you want to get a mentor that helps you with organizations for free. They help you find money and everything else. How do you find that? You go to sba.gov and then / then local, LOCAL, small letters, -assistance. So sba.gov / local -assistance, and put in your zip code, and you'll get a half a dozen to a dozen organizations, and you start calling. You make an appointment to call people one-on-one. That's how you're going to get something. The more you talk to people individually, it's not on the internet. That's just robots talking to robots. And the people want to help you. We're all here to help each other, and we want to do that because it feels good. Helping a robot doesn't make you feel good. So get them to know you so they feel good because they're helping somebody that's real, not a goddamn robot. Yeah, I'm that kid from the 70s that watched you on TV. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've been doing this a long time. I'm surprised I'm living this long. My dad died about 72 or 82, so that's next year for me. And Mom died at 42, so he lived twice as long. I don't know how much I get, but I'm planning sort of maybe 10, 12 years yet. I just saw with Gene Hackman, he was 95. Had a cute wife too. Share the life. Okay, guys, I gotta do some other, okay, don't forget, in Lesko Help, and that's leskohelp.com if you wanna be a member. And don't forget to look at, Unlock Your Goals. This is the table of contents on the left-hand side. This thing called Unlock Your Goals. We have 3 up now, we're adding more all the time. One is on buying a home, the other one is getting out of debt and paying your bills. The third one is starting a business, so go there. Also, daily grant news. This is a new feature. We're spitting out little tidbits of opportunities that go every day. You know, like for seniors, I mean, there's an 800 number you could call to get up to $50,000 if you're a senior. And you know, the government thinks of you as a senior at 40 years old. That's when senior starts. Also, ask questions. We have a question. Make sure you ask questions. And sign up for one of those programs on the home or debt or bills, expenses, or what is it? Start a business, okay? So let's start being nice and helping each other, because there's help out there, but we all need help to get through this shit, you know? And that's important. Free program to live forever, Jesus Christ, yeah. What is the SBA? Oh, SB, not SPA. SB as in boy. What is the SBA? That's for business. So the Small Business Administration, SBA.gov. Okay, guys, so for us, you want to find us and let us help you, we're at leskohelp.com. Leskohelp.com. See you. Love you all. I can't wait to get up tomorrow and see how many people I can help before I die. How's that? Never thought I'd say that, but that's what I really mean.